Okay, hold on. Let me rewind this a little bit. Hit record because you could potentially use this. I feel like when you hit our age, and we didn't realize it, right? Like, cause we used to look at niggas our age when we was younger and be like, man, this nigga he think he cool, but he old.
Yeah.
It happens.
Perspective, bro.
You know, the perspective, it just happens, bro. And then it's like, you know, because none of us, like, we don't dress like we're old. You know what I'm saying? But to some young niggas, like, oh, that nigga, he's outdated.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean, nigga? I'm still fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the blinders, it just grows with your age and you don't realize it.
I don't think it's as bad as some niggas, though.
I agree with that
some
statement.
Niggas, like,
yeah.
Because it was, like, I remember when I was younger, I did see older cats that, like, they dressed appropriately, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't look like old.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you
could tell they older.
Age,
Yeah, 100%.
But it wasn't like whack, like, what the fuck that nigga
See, because like, I feel like we don't, at least my perception is I don't dress my age, but when young people see me, they say I dress my age.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just mind blowing.
Bro.
Then in hip hop conversations, you already know who it is, man. The whole crew's here, so no need for formal introductions. Every Wednesday we go live, and sometimes we have these super chats where it's just too difficult to answer in the moment, so we have to come back in either a conversation, a short, or make some type of edited content so that way we can do our research and not look like complete knuckleheads out here. So, shout out to Malcolm. I'm not gonna say your the second part of your name. So Malcolm S, for the super chat, he said, a YN GOAT is NBA Youngboy. A modern GOAT example is like Wayne, Kanye, Drake, Kendrick. Old head GOAT is like Pac, Big, J, Nas. Who's y'all GOAT, right? So shout out to Modest, because, you know what I'm saying, like us Tauruses, sometimes we like to compartmentalize and have things in categories so that way we understand what the hell we doing. So he broke it down, right? Like, so he said the YNs are age group 15 to 25. He combined like the modern and or like the unk.
And, so it's like Big Bro.
Yeah, Big Bro and unk
status.
Yes.
I combine those for this, you know,
for the second one. For the modern, which is ages 26 to 45. And then the triple OGs is 45 plus, right? And we got triple OGs in the game. I'll start it off with in the YN category. I don't disagree with Malcolm S. So I'ma say NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
I don't agree. And I have others. I put, you know, others just, you know, so we don't all have the same answer.
Yeah.
But I would have to agree with him on that in that category.
You know what was crazy with doing this? I was realized like
you an old nigga.
It's a lot of old motherfuckers. Not just me though. But niggas that I thought was like younger. Like,
they older.
Too.
Yeah. They 30 plus.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Which means I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, like shit. I didn't know if we could have female artists. So I was gonna go for, because I don't know if they categorize them as different. But I mean, I feel like the female artists were dominant. You know what I'm saying? Over some of these younger cats. So I was gonna go Lotto.
In the YN category?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go Lotto in the YN. I feel like her name is popping.
But do you think Lotto, because I looked at the females as well. Do you think Lotto's name is more popping than Glorilla? I think she has more tenure. I think she's been popping longer than Glorilla. I don't disagree there, but I definitely think Glorilla has more popularity right now. I can't give it to her yet because she only got that one big album.
Yeah, but I feel like Lotto hasn't had a year that Glorilla had last year.
I feel like I don't think she's had like a bigger year than Glorilla, but I think she has steady years.
Dude, she has an album that's like Glorilla's last album, the one that reviewed.
People like that. Sugar.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was a really good album.
People really like that.
But it had an impact that glows.
I was gonna say like Lotto's accomplishments are a little outside of like music, if that makes sense, because like she has like the her show and everything like that,
and I'm going, and I guess
and stuff.
And I guess I'm adding all of that, like just the popularity, like I said, the tenure, the staying power.
She does have one of the bigger songs, like with energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that song.
Her songs are huge. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they've been for a while. Like she always has a hit. off of her joints.
It's just hard for me to say that she's more popping than Glow right now.
I can't give it to Glow, man. I need another album. I need another. I just need more time with Glow. I give it to Lotto right now, personally. I just
Beezy 430. Who's your YN GOAT?
Yeah, I'm almost like, is this the YN one? But a lot of young folks like him. Is Playboy Cardi.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so I don't mean to.
Yeah, it's like, is it teetering a little bit? Because he's been rapping for a while.
I'm trying to think, how old is Cardi?
I think he's like 28 now. That's the only. Well, he's
29.
Yeah, but I say
he's been on the scene since like 2015.
I understand.
That's right.
But he don't categorize as a YN no more, B.
So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Before we started recording, that's why I said like, should I bump it up to 30?
Nah.
He's an anomaly. I would say that because B's right. Playboy's been around so long. He's had like, at this point, he has like 2 different eras at this point.
Yeah, but have you seen, because, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but he's opening up for Weekend. Have you seen the clips of how the crowd is not reacting to him?
Really?
Like, it is bad. Like, it's really bad.
I can see that with the Weekend though. I personally speaking, if I was at his manager time, I'm like, this ain't a good look. It made sense for Kendrick to bring him out when he was in Atlanta for that one show, that one stop. It wouldn't make sense for even Kendrick to say, "Oh, I want Cardi on my whole tour." Like, that would be weird. Like,
do you have another YN, BZ, since he's kind of like in the modern era by the categories you put?
Because he's like Lil Uzi Vert, right? Because Uzi Vert is older now too.
Yep. Like Lil Yachty.
All of them are older now.
Trippie
That's
Redd,
why I asked.
all them,
I know it can get kind of
But
tough.
I feel like the ages of NBA YoungBoy, they like Playboy Cardi as well. You know?
I think NBA YoungBoy is actually still. I think he's right there, but I think he's there. I think he's like right there at 26 though.
He's 25.
He's 25.
Yeah, I looked all these ages up, bro.
No, I got you.
25.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's right there. So
Yeah. Because I even looked at Boss Man D-Lo when I was considering YNs, and I'm like, oh, he's past 25.
Yeah, but I was still. I mean, he's 26.
I know, but
I mean, he's 26.
Rappers that hip hop listeners in this age group.
That's how I was taking it as.
I was taking it as these are the age. This is the age of the rappers in that group.
That's why I put
because
it
that's who. Because think of like I don't hang around a lot of youngins, but my brother, you know, he coaches basketball in Dallas. So anytime he comes to Atlanta, because he does a couple of tournaments out here, and he brings some players. Like I'll ask, who y'all listening to, bro? The people they tell me, who is that? Plays music.
Yeah,
they're not listening to people in the modern era, bro. They're not.
I know. That's why to pick out a GOAT for YNs,
it's tough for us.
Right.
Yeah. We're disconnected.
We don't really know what they're listening to.
Yeah, it was because the names that kind of come to mind, at least for me, because I'm not that much tapped in either, obviously, because that's just not my style of hip hop. But of course, the NBA YoungBoys and stuff. But like V's, stuff of that nature.
Yes.
Like those type, like it's those type of like off names. Like I forget, like the one dude that starts at the end that on the Big Sean album. Like guys like him.
I'll list a couple of the people that I had on here. Yeats is
That's
one of the.
That was one of the
name.
ones that I was looking at.
Yes.
Really...
Ken Carson. The YNs love that guy. I already said Young Boy, and then the last person I had on my YN list, and he's up and coming, and I listened to him only because he had a Larry June feature that was crazy, but Lord Sco. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Lord Sco.
I've seen SKO.
Yeah, SKO.
I've seen the name.
Yep. Yeah, I listened to his project. It was not bad. But yeah, so we are disconnected from the YNs. Like what they're listening
go
to.
Sexy Red?
It's sexy over 25.
But again, I think that 26 is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think right. I
think if you like right there at 26, because it could have just turned 26.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
then,
saying?
And then you still got the, like I said, I think you do have your anomalies, like the Playboy parties and stuff. You know, in the little universe now.
Yeah, I guess NBA YoungBoy is probably the one then.
He's number one.
He's the closest to a YN. And I only say that because I always mention it every time we talk about it. Is my nephew. He just graduated high school last year. You know, and he grew up listening to him, so I knew about him when he was 14. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. So and that is the guy. That is their Lil Wayne.
Yes,
you know, in that demo. I think he's the closest one to being a GOAT. A lot of these other guys are new and carving out a lane for themselves. You know, when I talk to high schools, you're a Baby Chief Do It. and some guy named B6 or something like that, or Rap Sits or something like that. I was like, who the hell are these guys? But they freaking love them. But they haven't broke through yet. They're just like underground, mainstream sounding rappers. That people mess with.
That's cool.
Kind of how a couple of years ago, 6ix9ine was, and Juice WRLD were, and the SoundCloud rappers. Like, those guys were huge, really, really popular, and they've crossed over to the point where we would know who they were, where we would pay attention to their music and listen to it and make a determination whether we like it or not. But they started out, where some of these guys are now, and then they just kind of blew up. So I think Yeet could be a guy that could be one of them, but I think it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So we picking Young Boy. That's what it
sounds like.
NBA Young Boy.
Because he's the one.
He's the one we all know.
Yes,
I mean, I know Lotto. I still got Lotto.
I think she's in the other demo.
What other demo?
The Big Bro.
Well, here's the thing. So I don't disagree. I think YNs are listening to her, but I think that Young Boy's tenure with the YNs is unparalleled.
Yeah.
And I think and I think he has the ability to cross over into the Big Bro category and still maintain his level.
But is he even on like the radio and shit? Like, is he like what's his biggest shit?
Matter.
He's on the internet, bro.
I'm about to say that's the biggest thing about NBA Young Boy's come up. He came up through YouTube. Because a lot of his stuff was getting, I think, blocked at some point. And of course, he's been in and out of jail. So it's a lot of his the access that his fan base has to his music has been the same way since they came across him.
Yes,
YouTube.
That's the beautiful thing about Young Boy is that he transcends the categories that we have grown up to understand. Like he's breaking down all of that. Like, no, he doesn't get the radio play that Lotto gets and some of these other YNs that we talked about. He don't get that.
So
but he's more popular. Yes.
This Young Boy.
Yes. He's gonna outsell everybody that we named.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Yeah. He yeah,
bro.
Bro, Young Boy is like that.
Fucking insane.
Look, hold on.
I know that.
That's why I asked that question. I remember we was at the last studio. I was like, yo, this NBA Young Boy, this motherfucker got a fucking cult following.
No, big fan.
Yeah, he can sell out. He can tour and sell out, man.
NBA Young Boy is literally like the representation of this generation.
Yes.
Like when they say he is the young nigga, like all these like these memes and TikToks and these reels and stuff that you see that's kind of based around that whole young niggas type shit. That stems from the NBA Young Boy community and the music that he started putting out there.
So that makes him the GOAT.
Yeah, he's more connected to the age demographic that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that's considered a YN, they see Young Boy and they see themselves. Like these other rappers that we're talking about, including Lotto, it's like, oh, I would like to become that. I am Young Boy.
Yeah,
that's the difference. But all right, so into the Big Bro category. I think everybody, look, the big three is the big three. J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, right? Like, they are in that conversation for the GOAT, right?
J. Cole still?
You got to still throw his name in there. Whether he's, like, outside looking in or right at the very end of that, it is what it is, but you have to mention him because...
I'll put Tyler there now. I'll put Tyler or...
Travis Scott?
Or Travis Scott in his place now.
Okay. Oh, in his place. He's getting replaced.
I think he's getting replaced, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he got knocked down a couple notches. Or even ASAP, really. I think we threw ASAP name around. ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky?
Nah.
What has he done?
Nah.
I thought we threw him out there when we was talking about Rushmore. I know we ended up with...
Rushmore of that, of like the mixtape era.
No, not the mixtape era. It was
blog era?
The blog era, yeah.
When the blog era, we did a Rushmore that had like current Rushmore.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, y'all ended up deciding on putting Tyler up there as well.
Yeah,
so it was Tyler. At that time it was Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Tyler.
I think it was.
Tyler. It sounded like it was in the 2010s, maybe.
Probably something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. But Rocky hasn't been consistent enough with the music
Yeah.
You know, so for me,
I would put Future over Rocky.
100%.
Maybe it was Future. I don't know. It was somebody that
got
got that last spot. You know, I think it was
probably either Future or Nicki. If we was doing
no,
that,
it was Tyler. I think it ended up being Tyler.
Okay. Yeah, Tyler ended up getting the spot, but I also think I think Future also got mentioned as well.
Yeah. Well, for this conversation, you can definitely put Future in the GOAT conversation as well.
For sure.
Like he
for this modern era.
Yeah, for this modern era, the 26 to 45.
So who you going with?
Shit, I'll take Future.
You take Future?
Yeah, I'll take Future.
What about Lil Wayne? If we going by the age of the artist, right?
It is Lil Wayne.
Yeah, is it Lil Wayne? If we going by the age, based on that age bracket, the age range that Rod sent us.
Yeah, because Future is a Wayne baby. And Lil Wayne has inspired the K Dots, the J Cole. He inspired everybody that we name in that. So if we had to like rank them, Lil Wayne is number one, right? But I think the way that this generation that we talk about GOAT, it's not just one anymore. Like there's multiple people that should be mentioned. So, you know, the big three, Future, but definitely Lil Wayne is number one.
Ken, you say it is Lil Wayne.
I say Kendrick over Wayne at this point.
Me too. I agree. Y'all know I agree with that.
Wayne had a really good run. I mean, he had one of the greatest runs.
Yeah, one of the greatest runs ever.
I don't want to skate over that. But I think Kendrick is put in that work.
Yeah, K-Dot's still running the track. Like K-Dot is still running the race. Lil Wayne he's more like Mariano Rivera now. Like I'll just, you know what I'm saying? I'm in and out. Like I'm not consistent.
And he damn near OG. Like I know the age or whatever, but he damn near OG.
Yeah, he one of those anomalies because he been rapping so long.
Yeah, because he been rapping since like 14.
Since the late 90s, bro.
Era for the most part. So yeah.
So we agree K-Dot like number one.
Kendrick.
So NBA YoungBoy and K-Dot like for the eras.
Well, y'all picked Wayne, so we kind of split.
I know you said Wayne, but
I'll switch to K-Dot. because I like there's multiple ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Like if we're looking at it for like the most babies created, there's nobody touching Wayne. Like Wayne has influenced even the YNs. Like Wayne has influenced all of that.
He influenced Kendrick, but Kendrick has transcended that. Like he's went past the influence.
Yes, like I think K-Dot is still running his marathon. You know what I'm saying? Where Lil Wayne is like he's closer to retirement than still running.
Right.
And because the thing is like in the next 10 years, I think K-Dot is still gonna drop anywhere between 3 to 5 albums.
I don't know if he's
can't say that for Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne's influence, impact, reach, sustainability. That's questionable now. Fandom. And I can combine those two together. Sustainability to the hybrid fan base he has. Bro, I don't know, man.
You don't think Kendrick is seeing that yet?
I think Kendrick just started this run. It just started last year. Wayne's been here.
I feel like
but Wayne is tapering off.
Conversations in general, though.
Like if we're just talking overall hip hop, K-Dot is now mentioned.
I will find more. I think I could find more regular people that would prefer to listen to Lil Wayne over Kendrick.
So would you put a Kendrick over like a Biggie and a Pac? I mean, not a Kendrick. You'll put a Wayne over a Biggie and a Pac? Like you would consider doing that?
For this demo?
No, not for this demo. Just if
in
we're
general,
if we're just talking about hip-hop. General GOAT conversation. Would you put a Wayne above a like?
Oh, and GOAT conversations at large, I do agree with you. I think Kendrick is in that conversation now because we got to start rotating these guys out. So you had the Poggies, the Biggies, the Pacs, and
J's, and you had Eminem.
Yeah, Jay-Z and Eminems. You had all of them. But at some point, you know what? This saying we say in sports all the time. That's to say we done with the '90s. This group behind us, man, they ready to move on. They don't give a fuck about any of them guys. You know, that's for us.
Yeah.
So in the other bracket, but man, you go on the street, bro. It's Wayne.
If we could put Kendrick in those conversations as GOAT, overall GOAT, how can he not be the GOAT of his own category?
Because I think the conversations are different because we're talking about a group of people that are like immense, rabid Lil Wayne fans. Like even when we shitting on Wayne, it doesn't matter. Lil Wayne is the black Eminem for this group.
You don't think Kendrick had a run before this? Like I feel like To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn Good. I feel like that was like a run. I think that was.
It was. Yeah. It was a good run, but him getting to the point, bro, he wasn't even close to Drake in terms of popularity and all the stuff he was doing. Mm-hmm. You know, Lil Wayne is that. Lil Wayne had mainstream, he had the underground guys, he had the mixtape run, which everybody was listening to.
But he's tapering
like
off
one of the
now.
biggest albums.
But what about now though, Ken?
Tapering off.
But like it's a big taper.
But we're talking about the GOATs, because some of my GOATs have fallen off.
Yep.
So we're not talking about them falling off, we're talking about them at their peak.
So only in their prime.
I mean that's yeah. I mean we talking about Jordan Wizard years. Nobody great hold that.
Like I said, bro,
we talk about Tim
Wayne is still living off
them.
them prime years, bro. I said Wayne is still. That's the
Yeah.
prime years of the strong. You know, people still go to it.
It's Wayne. There's no other way around.
I will say Wayne's prime is bigger than K-Dot's prime. However, and this is where I do agree with Ken, K-Dot's prime is starting now because he slayed the dragon. He started very high and he only has ascended, but this is the peak of K-Dot. Like K-Dot hasn't been bigger, hotter, better than what he is today now.
Wayne edges him because of just all those mixtapes too. I think those which I mean, you can argue with some Wayne fanatics that the mixtapes are better than the albums. Like they'd be like, I listened to these 8 Lil Wayne mixtapes before I listened to these, 8 Lil Wayne albums. So I mean, you got that sprinkled in on top of his album runs that he had.
Streets, bro.
Yeah.
The streets.
So if we're taking the peaks, Lil Wayne's peak was higher and longer than K-Dot's peak. So for that reason, I'll take Lil Wayne.
I'm still on Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm still Kendrick too, me personally. But I'm not mad at the Wayne pick. Though.
I think it's a great argument.
I'm not mad at the Wayne pick at all.
I didn't even think about it, but it's a really good argument.
It's a good argument, bro.
To the table. I just personally still gonna go Kendrick.
I think if we hit up some group chats right now, how many do you think would pick Wayne over Kendrick?
Oh, a lot of them.
I think Nick would probably take Wayne over Kendrick. I think Spike would probably take Wayne over Kendrick. These are just regular dudes, bro, that are not like into it in the way we are. Who?
I don't think Kyle will. I think Kyle gonna pick.
Kyle will probably go Kendrick.
Yeah.
But I just think the accessibility and the immense popularity that people have had with Wayne already, and the memories and the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
Dedication mixtapes, it's drought. That shit had people on a chokehold.
Keith probably would go with Lil Wayne. I don't know, man. I would love to go Kendrick, but just my observation over the years of how people flat out love this man.
Do you feel that becomes dated in 5 more years?
I think Lil Wayne is holding on, just like Eminem is holding on. I think people do not want to admit that their favorite have fallen off.
What I say? They hanging on to them runs, bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like I said earlier, I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. And when y'all asked me if I was looking forward to the Carter 5, I was like, I'm not exactly excited for it, but I'm also at the point where Wayne doesn't have to give me a great album anymore. As long as I'm getting good feature verses and getting good songs here and there, as long as he's making music, I'm Gucci as a fan. Because he's, like you say, he's already
he did enough for you.
Yeah, exactly.
He did enough for you.
He already has the album runs. He already has the mixtape runs. He's already solidified with that. So for me personally, just speaking as a Wayne fan, as long as I'm still getting good verses, I'm good.
I mean, like you mentioned earlier, that's how we feel about a lot of our favorite rappers. That's, Rakim, he's not making a classic material type album. He done that. Like, he gave us 4 consecutive. You know what I'm saying? Like, Redman gave.
It's like LeBron. Me and Beezy was just talking in the car, like LeBron's prime, right? Like the end of that first Cleveland era going into Miami, and then the second stint with Cleveland. Like that's the prime. We can't expect him to carry you to a championship in year 22. Yeah. Like if he has a good game, if he has a good series, I bet. But bro, like you can't put the same onus on him, and that's like where Lil Wayne is, and also where the triple OGs are now.
So is Lil Wayne and Kendrick.
The room split.
Yeah, the fans are gonna have to pick. So
or
Sonny.
But he already said it.
He's a Wayne guy.
He said Wayne. He said Wayne.
Yeah.
So we going Wayne.
We're going Wayne then.
Okay.
I'm not mad at.
I'm not either. I'm not either.
I just want to throw my vote out there for Kendrick.
I got you,
but I'm not mad at the Wayne. So we had NBA YoungBoy, Wayne, and now we're going over
with the
to
triple OGs.
Why you calling them triple OGs?
Because they triple OGs, bro.
They're not triple OGs.
They triple OGs.
They're not triple OGs.
They triple OGs. They damn near quadruple OGs.
45 plus is triple OG? That's
Nah,
not
I'm talking shit.
I know.
2 people have commented in our Madden group. They both said Wayne. And one of them said he's a K-Dot fan. And the first person, everybody's saying
I'm not
Wayne.
mad at it.
Yeah. All right, so in the triple OG category, I think we all have these people: Pac, Jay, Nas, Biggie, M. Like that's consensus. Is there anybody else that we're throwing into that group before we deliberate?
Yeah, I mean, that was the case for LL. LL threw his name in there. We had a whole conversation about it.
Him being like the first mega solo superstar in hip hop. He pretty much covered all the gambit when it came to songs. If you want your backpack rappity rap shit, he can do that. If you want your radio shit, you can do that. If you want shit for the ladies, he was doing that. Like Cool J was covering all bases, bro, at that time. That not a lot of rappers during his era was doing.
And the first one to do it.
Yeah.
I would throw 3 Stacks in there.
3 Stacks in the triple OG.
Scarface?
I'd throw Kanye in there.
No love for Scarface?
Yeah, that was
Scarface
one that I
good.
had.
Scarface
I mean, hell, he was when we did the Southern MCs bracket, he was our GOAT. He was our he was the winner.
Scarface would be in there. So who the people you name again?
So the ones that like are entrenched in this conversation: Tupac, Jay, Nas, Biggie, Eminem.
Right, and I threw.
You threw 3 Stacks. I threw Kanye.
Scarface.
Yeah.
You know, LL.
LL.
Jay.
We already said Jay-Z.
That was there. Yeah, we said that one.
Like, because those are like, in whatever order you want to put them, they're gonna be there.
Cube there?
Q can be up there.
He could be mentioned,
and
but
Snoop?
I don't think he.
Snoop should be mentioned for everything because he's still so culturally relevant. Like he's not musically relevant.
Crazy how
it is fucking crazy, bro.
I think he's the most popular like hip hop artist
ever.
Like, I think he's the most popular. I think no hip hop artist has been popular as Snoop Dogg. Bro.
He could go to every country in the world and they know who he is.
All age.
Yes.
From old senior citizens to little kids, bro. That shit is fucking crazy.
And the thing is, even if you're not cool with weed, you would roll one up just for Snoop, bro. If Snoop was smoking in your face, you'd be okay with it.
That shit crazy. The same thing we did. How we talk about Wayne, people hanging on to them. We did the same thing with Cube, bro. We hung on. We hung on from that America's Most Wanted to that Lethal Injection run. Yeah. We held on to that shit, bro. We held on. You know, even when he was still producing bad albums, we was still holding on to Cube, bro. It was rough.
Compared to what's happening now, we had a lot of great rappers.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw Rakim in there. You can throw.
Yeah,
I mean, goddamn, it's so many, bro.
I think Rakim just the top 10 though. I don't think he GOAT.
You don't think he's GOAT? You don't think people consider him GOAT?
I don't think he's GOAT. No.
Who?
I think he's
Rakim.
mentioned, but he's not in the top 3 of that conversation.
I think the people he named are legit with the 2 that we added. LL, I think 3 Stacks should be in that running.
I think Kanye should be. He should be mentioned. I'm not saying that.
Kanye out of here.
Get Kanye out of here, bro.
What is his running his prize?
Rapping wise, he's not touching those other guys.
No, 100%.
From a rapping perspective.
Yes, I'm talking musicality.
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about too, but no one's gonna put Kanye.
Yeah, no, 100%. All I'm saying is he belongs in the room, but he'll be sorted out quick.
Right, but
he'll be sorted out.
I'm going with the ones that could actually have a debate here.
Yes,
right.
And you said them: Tupac, Big, Jay, Nas, M, like those are
3
guys.
Stacks.
Yeah, 3 Stacks, Scarface.
I'm with Kenny.
Scarface.
And to me, like 3 Stacks gets sorted out because he don't have the solo career that none of these guys have.
Okay. Yeah, that was the reason why I picked Scarface over when we did the brackets.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm including Outkast, bro. You can't include Outkast?
No, we're not doing groups.
I think even if we did, I don't know if he would win. I think
I might still pick Scarface, bro.
You going Scarface?
Yeah, I mean, like if you were just talking about Southern stuff.
I don't know why. I think Jay-Z will probably get the nod, bro.
That's me.
Yeah, that's me too. Jay
I think
me.
because of the longevity.
Everything.
Because of the longevity.
Influence. Yes. Like I think everybody still today.
Yep.
We just saw an article. The niggas called Jay for shit. Like everyone, he's He's big, bro. He's OG.
Yeah, he's triple OG for everybody on this list.
It's between him and Nas.
I was about to say a lot of same reasons we just argue for Wayne. Same reasons for Jay-Z.
100%. Look at Schoolboy Q with Blue Lips. Like he called up Jay to, hey, bro, listen to this. Absol, like dudes that's in the younger categories want Jay's approval still to today.
Kendrick cried in the studio listening to the damn.
The remix to the Don't Kill My Vibe. Yep.
When it comes to these GOAT conversations, I mean, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He's literally the blueprint. Like, if you want to have a music career in hip hop,
had to do it.
but it's the truth, though.
I have no argument. Like I said, either him or Nas.
Because
Yeah, I
you get
think
respect on the
it's-
underground scene.
Yeah.
Like, it's underground dudes that say, yo, J, like,
I think Nas really made a strong case to overtake him with that run he did with
Hit Boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he made a good case.
Yeah. So I think
I would say either him or Nas for me. It's
over
either them
time,
two.
over time, that will be factored in.
Yeah.
You know, that he's able to do it.
And I mean, I know, unfortunately with Pac and Big, they life was cut short.
Yeah,
so
we
we
just
didn't grow with them. You know what I'm saying? We grew with Jay and Nas.
So we getting them out the GOAT conversations. We getting Tupac and Biggie out of the top.
I think it's about
also.
time.
Yeah.
I think
We
it's
had
about
that
time.
talk. Remember, it's just like,
There's no more runway. Like there's no more influence. Like they had
It's
their
not
run.
it's like
It's not their fault.
Jay and they like
it is what it is.
They got more work. We saw the ups and downs from both artists. Like we
I didn't think they would ever get knocked out.
It's always been what
Big and
Jay-Z,
Pac.
Biggie, and Nas. It's kind of been that.
Yeah, I know
And Pop. Like it's always been those four. I think Jay makes the most sense.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
For like, so I think when you get, so I'm the oldest here, of course, but I think when you start to venture a little bit, like older than me, it starts to shift a little bit. It gets to the 80s, and that's when we talk to the cows.
Yeah.
Rakim, because Kyle will make an argument that Rakim is a top five or whatever.
Rakim, Chuck D, all those guys.
Oh
would be in there,
Chuck D,
Yeah, but
KRS.
I think when hip hop really took off, it was the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z was at the forefront of that. And LL kind of laid down a blueprint since we going there.
Yeah.
And, Jay-Z took it, not thanks to, but
Big
partly
first, though.
due.
Yeah, big first.
Big first.
Right,
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But Jay partly took over from what Biggie did.
Yep.
Partly
I see
due
what you
to
did
the
there.
deaths. Partly due to what happened with Pac and Biggie.
Yeah.
And it just left that void.
That void had to be filled in. Yeah.
And then people just starting to look at his model. So damn, you can look at the LL to Biggie to the Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, shit, low-key Soulja Boy. That NBA YoungBoy was able to kind of take pieces of it. Soulja Boy's not in the GOAT conversation, but I'm talking about like
utilizing the internet. Yes, utilizing the next level of technology to blow up. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Soulja don't belong in this conversation, but people don't want to give him credit for really instituting the
People
internet.
was in an influence conversation.
Yes, 100%, 1,000,000%. But that's not what we're here for today. We're talking about the GOATs. So the Dead of Hip Hop official GOAT list for the eras is as stated. The YN GOAT is NBA YoungBoy. The modern GOAT is Lil Wayne. And the OG GOAT is Jay-Z.
I think that's solid.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm mad
Look,
at that.
if you don't agree,
Catch us outside.
you catch him. Cause I ain't running. The moment I try to go, it's over. It's a wrap for me. But look, y'all already know, man. The conversation after the conversation is in the comment section. So let us know, who is your GOAT for the eras, the YN era, the modern era, the OG era, and do you feel that we got it right? If not, let us know. Hit us up on social @ mention us. You should know all of our individuals. Hit us up on the Dead and Hip Hop joint. But we'll catch you on the next conversation. We out. Peace.